Butler will look to establish himself early in this fight. Last time he challenged for a world title against Manny Rodriguez, he was put down early in the fight, and he just couldn't establish any interim championship on the line for these two guys.
Sultan is massive.
The size of the back on him.
Look at the legs on him. It's like a bodybuilder.
You can feel the apprehension in the crowd. Obviously, the majority of people, as I mentioned in his build-up, 30 years of age, Filipino, competed for a long period of his career at super flyweight, went to the very top of the tree, managed to get himself a world title shot, fell short against Jonas. And he's up here looking to Cajas just throwing a big overhand right, just missing there by a whisker or two.
Lovely counter there from Paul Butler. Nice left hook counter from the body shot with Sultan gone through.
Solid body shot though, wasn't it? You could feel it. You definitely heard the power there from Sultan, who looks to land that left hook.
As Paul said, though, he did land it, but Butler made him pay for it as well by catching with the left hook on the way out.
Take too many of those body shots.
Good work from Paul Butler on the inside. Sultan just insinuating that he caught everything on the gloves there, and he did. We're here, we're watching it, but the shots were thrown and they were partially landing. Mrs. Wiley there. Great footwork, getting out the back door, and then teeing off with a lovely combination, Paul Butler. Nice start to this fight for Butler. As we've mentioned a couple of times, Sultan looking to land that big overhand right bomb. He himself is looking to shut that distance, of which he struggled with in the first round, but he's getting closer.
Boxing well, Butler, at the moment. As we mentioned in the previous fight with McGrail, that little push out of range with the feet is nullifying the attack of Sultan. Good counter there from Butler.
Lovely little left on the inside, but he's trapped in the away corner there as he just pushes Sultan off him, as Sultan was looking to unload. And the speed of Sultan there was something to see. And through nearly 6 minutes, he's in a far better position than he was the last time he was challenging for a world title. Sultan just getting to grips with him there at the end of the second round.
Obviously, you know, he's winning the fight on his bike there. The fight's already shaped up to what it is. It's a puncher against a boxer mover, moving really well. Just look at that, he got backed into his own corner, but he's landing nice shots backed into the corner as well there, Butler.
That was that body shot counter, what we said at the very, very start.
Just a big shout from Sultan's corner.
Back. You see Paul Butler shouting towards the cameraman. He caught a couple of them there as he was moving.
The second time that's happened, actually.
Big shouts from Sultan's corner, smashing on the canvas as they've just been warned by the referee. Lots of yells of swing it, swing it.
Make a dent in Butler when he does manage to get close enough.
Good shot from Butler, and Sultan looked to counter him. Butler landing that jab, lovely little combination there on the inside, which gets the crowd going here in Liverpool. They're going to play a factor in this, there's no doubt about that, because there's going to be a point in this fight where Sultan is going to have a little bit of his way. Looks to land a big overhand right as Sultan trades on the inside, landing the body shots. Big left hand from Sultan, who's batting down on his gum shield, looking to land on Paul Butler, but Butler's answering. Big right hand from Sultan.
Butler's obliging and willing to stand with him when he should be boxing. He's to get back on his feet, Butler, get his jab going, bleeding from the nose. Good shot there from Paul Butler.
Butler looking to land the combination. Really interesting third round this. The Sultan's most certainly having a little bit more success. A good combination from Paul Butler. Landed the jab and then the right cross. Heads came together and touch there as they look to trade in the centre of the ring.
Lovely shot from Paul Butler.
Paul Butler's eyes firmly fixed on Jonas Sultan as Sultan looks to shut the gap. Looks to get close to land those big overhand bombs as he trades off. Paul Butler tucking up nicely, catching a lot of those on the elbows, but Sultan getting closer.
I think think it's a little bit early in the fight to be going toe-to-toe with Sultan. Don't give him the opportunity. You stay on the back foot, keep peppering and keep moving. Don't let him know. I think he got a bit frustrated there, Butler, with the low blow. And he wanted to prove to Sultan that, listen, if I want to, I can win the fight in the pocket here. But that's what Sultan needs. He can only win it in the pocket. Paul Butler's just got to stick to his boxing, Paul.
You can win it in the pocket, but not yet.
Exactly.
He's far too dangerous. He's nowhere near ready yet. You box
in that third phase as he looks to shut the gap on Paul Butler, but Paul Butler dug his toes in at certain points in that round in order to answer back to the Filipino. Backed up in the neutral corner as Paul Butler just skates along the ropes. His wheels have been fantastic so far this evening, but how long can he keep that up for? What is the conditioning like? We know that he's a super fit lad as they exchange jabs. And Sultan looking to let those combinations go now. He's looking for that big one-hitter quitter, of which he's landed so many times throughout his tenure. Good jab from Paul Butler. And then, off the counter, managed to land. So he went first and went last. Good stuff from Paul Butler. Again, mixing up the shots, going body, then head.
Nice uppercut there from Paul Butler.
Excellent shot.
Makes Sultan miss.
Just heating up nicely this fight. Both men incredibly switched on. They know what's at stake here. You win this fight, you're a player in this division, and the gateway to something very special opens up as Sultan lands a little combination, partially caught on the gloves.
Nice left hand to finish that combination from Sultan, like an up jab, scoop shot type. Just knocked the head back of Butler.
Some really good exchanges going on as Paul Butler lands a nice right to the body.
The distance again is key in this fight for Paul Butler, especially. Has to keep that distance between himself and Sultan.
I know it's only early in the fight, but conditioning so far on point from Paul Butler. Mobility really good, and the lateral movement is causing a problem for Sultan. He's attempting to shut that gap down, but he's unsuccessful so far. Hasn't landed anything of any major size.
You can hear the screams from, yeah, he is, Nick. You can hear the screams from Sultan's corner saying push him back, but it's easier said than done when he tries to push Butler back. Butler's in the centre of the ring and he takes a step out of range and nullifies it. He's not following up for the second phase, Sultan, which he needs to.
Nice little right hand from Sultan, caught partially on the gloves from Butler, who returns fire with a nice little combination. Bank Arena, hopefully you're enjoying this as you're consuming it on whatever platform you're consuming it on this evening. Michael Alexander, the man in the middle of the ring, just separating the guy. Paul Butler, excellent, answers a little bit of fire. Just letting Jonas Sultan know that he can do a bit himself as well on the inside.
That's how focused he is. His eyes are wide, his tail's up. He's moving really well. You think he tried to prove something in that third round, but that fourth round he was back on his bike again, and when he had to engage, he engaged intelligently. It wasn't just ones and twos, it was threes and fours, Paul, and that was where the success was coming in.
Yep, and that's the beauty of a fight like this. This won't last, and if it does, Paul Butler will leave this world champion easily, or interim world champion very easy.
To have your own wicked way.
Has to cut the ring off better. He's following Butler, and Butler's circling, and you need to cut the ring off better. Edge forward with the feet, don't jump in and lunge in. Edge forward with the feet, get yourself in range, then let go and explode. But don't try and throw shots from too far out like that.
Butler having all the final answers in these exchanges. He's answering everything that Sultan's thrown in his way so far. Sultan wild with a big right, missed by a long way. And Paul Butler made him pay.
That's going to give Butler confidence. You're missing from miles away, I'm making you miss, and I'm making you miss.
And again, a wonderful mastery of range there from Butler as he just stepped out the way. Important in these exchanges, though, not to get too greedy from Paul Butler's point of view. Just keep the mastery of the range. It's that little half step back, Paul, which is causing a real problem for Sultan.
Boxing really well at the moment, Paul Butler. It's Bull Matador. We said this all week, didn't we? That's what it would be like. Has to be Bull Matador, especially early on.
Reminds me a little bit of the fight that we called between Sonny Edwards and Jason Mama. Obviously a different style of fighter, Paul Butler and Sonny Edwards. But again, very Bull Matador-esque that night.
in the corner because I can hear it being shouted. Well, when he gets too close, just
good shot from Paul Butler as he takes that half step back again. It seems to be money every single night. He's mastering the range, and as Paul says, he's making him pay every single time that he comes in, Sultan. Fair play to him. He's not losing any confidence as of yet, though, Jonas Sultan. He's still doing the same things, still attempting to shoot that distance and land those big bombs.
You have to, if you're in Sultan's corner, you have to advise him differently. Yeah. Can't be throwing shots from so far out like that and falling short.
Because he's trying to lunge in with punches. Skip back from Butler.
Of conditioning for the remainder of the fight. If he can, this could be a shutout.
It was that old saying, I think it was Deontay Wilder, they have to be perfect for 12 rounds, I don't have to be perfect for 12 seconds or whatever it might be, 1 second.
2 seconds, yeah.
It's one shot, and that's where Paul Butler has to stay concentrated, switched on, focused, listen, don't get too greedy, don't get too giddy, and you see this out and you're leaving here with a belt and with a very, very...
Official scorecard of this interim WBO Bantamweight Championship fight. Paul Butler has won every round. What can Jonas Sultan do to change the momentum of this fight? And can Paul Butler keep up the incredible cardio that he's showing so far? The IQ's there. He's making Sultan miss and he's making him pay. Can he continue to do so?
So far, Butler, I don't want to tempt fate here, but he still looks absolutely fresh as a daisy.
Oh, just got clipped with a big shot there, Paul Butler. Referee getting a little bit close to the action once again. But Jonas Sultan definitely had success there with a clip. But Butler responds. Butler back on his boxing, getting that jab going, looking to master that range once again as he's done for the whole of this fight so far. But Sultan will gain a little bit of confidence from landing that shot a little bit earlier on in this round. Looking to do the same thing, but that was great from Paul Butler as he stepped to the side and landed a body shot of his own.
That's nice.
Excellent.
The thing is about Jonas Sultan, he's not setting anything up. He's not trying to set a trap. He's just looking for a big one-hitter quitter. He's got to be cuter with what he's doing, otherwise he's going to get picked off by Paul Butler, as is what is being demonstrated right now. Nice right hand though there, just on the inside from Jonas Sultan. But it's Butler that he's having the successes. He's going first and he's going last. And that is going to be making a big impression with the judges. Switches to southpaw for a split second. Now back into orthodox, just for a brief second. Lovely check left hook over the top of the lead right arm, and now it's Butler that's having success.
In the centre of the ring with Sultan and add the bigger shots and finish the fight the stronger. Rock the head back a couple of times. I don't think he's quite ready to go yet, Paul. I'd like to see Butler back on his bike a little bit more to stay ahead. But I've got 6 rounds down and 6 rounds for Paul Butler so far.
Same here, but again, when we're saying he's not ready yet, I think the mouth is starting to open in Sultan. I think he's starting to breathe a little bit heavy. I think he's feeling the pace a little bit as is expected.
He got into the fight, starting to slip through his fingers. Butler knows it, Sultan knows it. Just got to be patient now, Paul Butler.
You spoke to him in the fighter meetings, Nick. He was saying he's not going to go the distance, he's not planning on going to the judges. Good shot there by Butler.
Big uppercut by Jonas Sultan in response, but Butler most certainly had success as Jonas Sultan lands a nice over as he just stepped back out of range and landed a couple of lovely shots as he span off down the side of the ropes. Still doing the same thing, Jonas Sultan, coming forward, throwing, having the occasional moment of success, and then Paul Butler responds forthwith.
But he's trying for that shot, obviously. Paul Butler fell short with that shot against Tete. It's there, but I suppose everyone that fights Paul Butler will try and land that shot. Sultan throwing it but from far too far out of range.
Great instructions from Joe Gallagher. You probably hear that in the corner right now. He's just constantly shouting, movement, movement, movement. That has been the secret to this fight so far. The movement of Paul Butler far too much for Jonas Sultan. I've no doubt that if he was a stationary target, big clash of heads there. Rocks Paul Butler's head back a touch.
I said he's boxing well, Butler, but he's got to knock out easy. Don't take too much.
Just planting his feet a little bit too early for me. Like to still keep him moving.
Doesn't need a match-up performance, does it, right now? As I was saying a moment or two ago, Joe Gallagher in the corner just shouting, movement, movement, movement. That's been the key to this fight so far. I've no doubt if he was a stationary target. The referee's judged it as a non-knockdown.
I think he lands, but it's more a push. Shot
Few exchanges here.
No, he's just off balance. He's just off balance. I think it was Butler's arm coming over and pushing Sultan's arm over his body. That was the momentum.
Throwing has took him over.
Yeah, it was the arm there.
Throwing it, yeah.
There you go. All right, fair enough. Good refereeing.
We did one of them in Dubai.
Clean on Paul Butler.
Marked up around both eyes now, Jonas as well. Jonas Sultan swelling around both his eyes. Wording the marks of the fight.
Lovely left hand from Paul Butler. Lovely shot to back some distance. I hope they've got a stepometer on Paul Butler this evening. I want to count how many steps he's done. He is absolutely flying around this ring. As Jonas Sultan has a moderate amount of success there in his home corner. Paul Butler, again, when they do come an exchange, more often than not, he's having the final say. Big left hook from Paul Butler. Just off balance there, Jonas Sultan. He looks to stand and trades. Big right hand from Sultan. He did land that time. And he just rocked the head of Paul Butler back. That they've done enough to win that particular round. Paul Butler was still as good as he has been throughout the course of the fight. But like you said, there were some eye-catching shots in there from Jonas Sultan too, especially that big overhand right at the end.
You just see again in the replays here from the previous round, Sultan there just landed a right hand, but they're all too rare, those big right hands that he is landing. There's the replay of it. He's lucky if he's landing one every
couple of eye-catching shots, but not enough to change the momentum of this fight. He needs something big, does Sultan, to change the momentum, to slow Butler down.
Landed another good overhand right hand there, Sultan.
Now he started this round.
Really good start to the round so far from Jonas Sultan. He's landed a couple of clips, of which have made Paul Butler just check himself for touch. And his closure stiffs it out there. Just fell short there, did Sultan with that overhand right, but he's having more success in this round.
Jonas Sultan gets opportunities.
Good response from Paul Butler as Jonas Sultan looks to exchange. Really good body shot, and he lands a big overhand right. Paul Butler just starting to feel the pace of this fight. He set off an amazing pace. He's been on his bike, he's been on his wheels. He's been punch perfect so far. And don't get me wrong, he's having success in these moments, but Sultan is still coming forward. A little bit of chat between both men. Paul Butler not letting him know that you're not taking me out in my town, son.
He's just said rock solid. You can coast to round 10, save a little bit for the championship rounds. 11-12, big round, big finish to the fight. But Sultan's allowing Paul Butler to do that at the moment, and he shouldn't be.
No, he's coasting through it, Butler, but he's actually winning the round as well.
Yeah. Momentum of the fight. We know he's got the power. We know that if he lands it, it will change the momentum of the fight.
and he couldn't really land on you, and that will boost him massively for these last 2 rounds now in the championship rounds.
There's absolutely no need for Paul Butler, with 6 minutes of this fight remaining, to put himself at any unnecessary risk. He could just literally do exactly what he's just done in that final round. Wing a right hand when he moves that way. There you go. Nice left hand on the inside.
Nice left hook from Butler. That's where this is where Sultan needs to now obviously let go. When Butler chooses to stand, he has to empty the tank. He has to throw the kitchen sink at him. Sultan. See the concentration just etched on Butler's face still.
Honestly, Paul, I've not seen him
round 11 and he's just so focused.
Incredible. He knows what's at stake. At this stage of his career, he can't afford to lose tonight, and I tell you what, he's been almost punch perfect tonight.
Jonas Sultan looking to exchange in the centre of the ring.
Don't engage, Paul, you don't need to do it.
Both men looking to macho it out in the centre of the ring.
Doesn't need to be there, Paul Butler. Good shot, good left hook.
He nods in approval. He wants it. I think you were right, Nick.
Told you.
You said that he'd be a lunatic. There was no need to do it. But he's machoing it out. He's giving the fans what they came here to see. As Paul Butler has the exchanges.
Excellent stuff. Excellent. This is breaking Jonas Sultan's heart, this.
Looking to land that big uppercut, Jonas Sultan. Falling short on a couple of occasions.
More swelling and red on the right hand.
Fantastic. Little step back and counter left.
Excellent.
Fantastic work from Paul Butler.
It's been a masterclass. It truly. The replay here, look, Sultan loading up. He's got to try and get his way back into this fight, but he just got punished throughout that penultimate 11th round. Paul Butler, 3 and 4 punch combinations in the centre of the ring, even though he's... Here we go. Final round, number 12.
Good job from Butler.
Last round here for Paul Butler. If he stays on his feet through the next 1 minute 40-odd seconds, he's most surely going to get his hand raised.
Excellent.
Lateral movement still on point, even though we are deep now into the final round. How's he going to play this out? He's been punch perfect so far. There's no need to put himself at any unnecessary risk. Jonas Sultan needs a one-hitter quitter. He needs to put Paul Butler out, and he needs to do it quick. All credit.
Excellent.
Paul Butler, wow. Who is looking to still exchange in the centre of the ring. Big left hand from Jonas Sultan. As he just rocked the head back of Paul Butler for a split second. Butler now back on his bike.
Even when Sultan is having success though throughout the night, it's always when Paul Butler's moving backwards. It's been when he's been moving backwards all night.
He is now.
In the final moments of the round as they exchange right hands, Butler lands. Both men landing left hands.
Last 30 seconds, Butler's going nowhere.
Butler going for the body.
He's going to stand and trade now.
Absolutely no need to do it, but you know what he's like. He is going to want to have the final say, and he lands a beautiful left hand on the inside, Paul Butler. Surely the judges have seen the same fight that we've seen as Jonas Sultan gives it one last throw of the dice. The alley shuffle from Paul Butler. Surely that is him.
Sultan's been there before, wore the t-shirt, very accomplished fighter, and he was embarrassed here tonight. Paul Butler was absolutely remarkable. Footwork unreal, hand speed incredible, shot selection on point, but it was the focus, Adam. It was the eyes wide, he never blinked once. He didn't detract from the game plan once. He earned every single second of this victory tonight, and I tell you what.
After going all final 12 rounds in the distance. We take it to the judges' scorecards for the final decisions. Judge Howard Forrester scored it 16-12. Manuel Oliver Palomo, judge, scored it 18-110. And Judge 3 scored it 117-111. All for the winner and new interim WBO World Bantamweight Champion, the baby-faced assassin, Butler!
Just to confirm those scores.